Back to another edition of Big Blue Rain. This is your host, Michael Beard. Kentucky just took down Valparaiso last night. Go Big Blue. That was an awesome game to watch. Just specifically speaking from, Jalen Lowe coming back, the offense looking more fluid. We having all of our pieces. It looks more like what we were expecting, or maybe even slightly a little bit better. But that's just a little bit of an overreaction because it's so early into the year. But it was just so nice to see. That is not what this video here is about. I'm going to do a top 5 matchups this season for you guys to look out for and to watch. This is my top 5. Don't have to be your top 5, but I would love to hear your feedback in the comment section. So for me, for the I'm going to do the non-conference first. We've got a lot of opponents, a lot of not really top-notch non-conference opponents that we have this year. I'm going to start out with my honorable mention that didn't quite make the top 5. That's Michigan State. Michigan State's ranked number 22 this year, and we're playing them on a neutral floor. I'm pretty sure that's in Madison Square Garden. Should be a nice matchup there. I'm interested to see their matchup today against Arkansas so that I can gauge them a little bit better. Never really know about Michigan State, whether they're just kind of, mediocre or if they're better. Last year they were a little bit better. So, but they lost a few good pieces. So they didn't quite make my top 5. Number 5, Indiana. Indiana, not because of what our mom and pop have to say about Indiana. No. That rivalry hasn't really been established yet. It's kind of been washed out. What's made up of it in the future is ultimately up to both teams. But they have a solid history. But Indiana this year is a lot better. They are a lot better since they got a new coach. I suspect they're going to be ranked here in the next week or two. So that's going to be a fun little game, and that is in Lexington. That's at home. So I do expect a win in that game. I'm pretty sure I went through some predictions. No, I didn't. I didn't post that video. But okay, number 4. Number 4, Gonzaga. Gonzaga almost made it with almost my number 3, but another team kind of squeaked them out there. But Gonzaga, they're ranked 21st. They've got a lot of talent coming back. They're going to be a tough little test for us. Game is in Nashville. Kentucky plays normally pretty good. Kentucky fans travel pretty good in Nashville. They are my number 4. So number 3 is North Carolina. North Carolina last night took down Kansas. I had Kansas to win the game. North Carolina is slightly better than I thought they'd be. Also, I think Kansas is a little worse than I thought they'd be. They did not give the ball to Darren Peterson very much there in the second half of that game. They just let that game fall apart. All of their other guards had the ball in their hands, and I feel like if a game's that close or if you're down, give the ball to your, top 3 draft pick and hope for the best. But no, I mean, I don't know what happened there. North Carolina made some big threes. They made some big shots. Their guards are slightly better than I anticipated. So they are my number 3 for the top 5 non-conference games. Number 2, St. John's. They are probably the best team in the non-conference that we're going to play, but you will see why they're my number 2. But Ricky P, we finally being able to play Ricky P. That'll be such an emotional game for Mark Pope. They have a lot of really talented players on their team. Ian Jackson, Bryce Hopkins, former Kentucky Wildcat. A lot of really top-notch guys on their team. They're ranked number 5 this year. That game is neutral. And then number 1, I have Louisville. We play Louisville on November 1st or November 11th. And that is at Louisville. That is this Tuesday. It's going to be an amazing game. already a lot of chirping going on. Um, Kason Pryor, who the heck are you, bro? Who the heck are you, bro? That's okay though. Talk your stuff, get it in, because Kentucky's going to win like they normally do. Let's go to the in conference. In conference, top 5 opponents. I'll start out with my honorable mention again. Oklahoma. Otega Oweh's Oklahoma babies. Otega owns Oklahoma. He always performs his best against Oklahoma, and that is just it does. They're not really one of the top ranked teams, but it's always one of the more fun ones because we get to see Otega kind of go off. Number 5, I have Auburn. Auburn almost got beat in their very first game. I think it was against like Stonehill or something. Um, Not quite sure who that is. I might be off on that name. I've watched so much college basketball in the last week that I can't remember who played who. Somebody fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure it was Stonehill. Maybe not. Number 4, Alabama. We have Alabama one time. We go to Alabama. They're ranked 15th right now. Should be a really fun matchup, really tough matchup. Alabama's always a tough place to play. Number 3, I have Tennessee. We have them home and away. That is probably lower than usual. Usually, in conference, they're probably, 1 or 2. This year is the exception because there's 2 teams that are either better than them or there's just more emotional impact to the game. But Tennessee, I suspect that we beat them both times. Number 2, Arkansas. At Arkansas. We've got to get Cal back, man. He came into our place and beat our ass last year. We have got to correct that. We've got to get the ball back on the right side of the train tracks. And Arkansas is good, man. They have a lot of young talent, a lot of really phenomenal players. Cal's, he works his best, works at his best whenever he has talent, and that he has this year. He's got Acuff. He's got Malik Thomas. He's got Carter Knox, who I believe is coming back maybe today against Michigan State. DJ Wagner coming back, Trayvon Brazile, Malik Ewan, Nick Pringle. The list goes on and on. They have a lot of talent, like I just said over and over again. But that's going to be a highly emotional game in Arkansas. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be sold out. That is my number 2. Number 1, Florida. We are at a fist fight for the fight back to take back the SEC. Kentucky plays them in Florida, and we play at home. They're my number 1 in-conference matchup for reasons that are pretty self-explanatory for who is number 1. So both of those games are going to be very detrimental for the SEC standings. Wanted to get this video out to you guys. I'm going to do a whole lot more top 5s. Maybe like Cal players, underrated players, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, centers, or I can do it by wings and guards and forwards, things like that. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. Please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Love you guys, and I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you next time.